T-minus 30 seconds. Rock, verify range, go.
My computer's in control of the vehicle.
9.
Launch directors, go for launch.
8. 7. LD, verify, go for launch. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1.
Good morning, everyone. Here from the Matagorda Space Center here in Texas. You are looking at a live view of the Endeavour rocket. It is currently preparing for its first ever static fire of our next generation version 2 vehicle, set for a little bit of the top of the hour at 1 p.m. local time. I am Cad, the owner of Expedition Aerospace, and we would like to thank you for joining us for today's webcast as we prepare for the first ever static fire of our version 2 booster, BN5-1. I'm also here joined by Aiden, our lead broadcasting manager here at Expedition Aerospace.
Yep. Hello, everyone. I'm Aiden, or as well known as That Space Doge Guy. Yeah, it's great to be here for the static fire, the 7-engine static fire of Endeavour version 2, as we are back with hopefully Flight 5 very soon. I don't know when that is, somewhere
Early May.
Early May. So that's going to be very, very exciting. But now we're on to the static fire in just about 4 minutes from now. So very exciting.
Yes, today's static fire is one of Expedition Aerospace's most major tests in preparation for our next generation flight test. Our flight test, Flight 5, will hold the next generation of our new version of rocket, Endeavour version 2. The vehicle is just 1.5 times more powerful and produces 500 more kilonewtons at liftoff instead of using 900 kilonewtons. Each engine produces 950 kilonewtons. A 50 kilonewton increase towards those engines, and will allow for more payload to orbit and increase reliability for the rocket. Today's rocket is also much larger. This rocket is around, if you were to say, like a second stage taller than of Endeavour version 1.1, basically. It is a huge increase. It allows for more volume to take towards orbit. This rocket is around as tall as Endeavour version 1.1, just a booster. Now, as we're currently getting ready here for our first static fire of our version 2 vehicle, this is going to be a major test. Today's static fire will be a 20-second duration static fire. First, starting off with 1 engine, then 3 engines, then go to 5, and then 7. This staggered sequence will allow us to get as much data as possible during today's test. Remember, data is the priority. We need to ensure that all 7 engines can run successfully during today's test. This test is also to prove that the spacecrafts, and also to prove the pad capability. The pad is the most important part of today's test. We need to prove that the brand new Deluge system and also the brand new Flame Trench has the ability to withstand the amount of forces as it would during liftoff. Now, if we're currently getting ready for our first static fire here, we are expecting a 50-second hold at our T-minus 50 seconds for final checkouts to ensure everything is good to go for static fire today. Now, like I said, this is a test and anything could happen, so please make sure that you keep an eye on that countdown, keep an eye on the rocket. Anything could happen, but we're hoping for a good test for today's mission. Today's test will be happening at Launch Complex 1 here at the Matagorda Space Center. The first stage test happened ever since Flight 4, which happened on January 4th of 2026, the first launch of the year. Ever since then, the Matagorda Space Center and Expedition Aerospace have been working hard to remodel the pad for version 2 to allow for more rapid reusability, including the stretch of our crew tower and much more. Flight 5 is expected to launch on this very pad in just around a few weeks here. Come up here on that T-minus 5 type of 50-second hold. There you go. So that 50-second hold has begun. Still gonna wait there. So like I said, this is a planned hold. We did expect to get towards this hold, just for final checkout. This was planned to sure everything is go for static fire today.
Well, what do I say? No. Hold on. Okay, well, at the moment we are still in the 50-second hold, and while we are in the hold, I'm just gonna, I just want to talk about Flight 5 here, because that's coming up as well, early May. Personally, I'm very excited for it. Now, I don't know if this booster will be used for Flight 5, but
It is.
it will be used for Flight 5. Okay, well, so this is a pretty important test then, because I'm not sure if this will be the only static fire. If it is, this will be a very important test to show that everything is ready to go. Now, I don't think all engines are going to be tested in this, so
Oh yes, it's a 7-engine static fires. It says.
yeah, 7-engine static fire. Okay, so it is. Okay.
Yes, and those 7
Well-
engines, these are the Resilient 1B engines. Expedition Aerospace is a next generation engine. These produce more thrust than our version 1A engines, and these will help, these also engines have the capability to relight in space. If you see though the 3 line there, that is actually those 3 engines that will ignite for re-entry and landing burn, and will land on our drone ship. The chances are never zero, which is expected to fly on Flight 5. We hope to achieve that landing, and this test is more than what we have. This will be a major test to ensure everything is good to go for launch. This is the final test before we execute flight and our wet dress rehearsal, which is expected to happen later this month. And I just heard from the teams we're going to be unholding that clock here very shortly.
Here we go.
The gate check, and there it goes. The clock is resuming.
Oh,
There we
things
go.
are getting exciting now.
Okay, so
43 seconds.
What's that? We're gonna go and listen in. Here we go. Godspeed Endeavor version 2 on its first static fire.
Godspeed.
So next we'll see the deluge system activate. This will be happening at T-minus 20 seconds, so keep an eye on that bottom part of the pad. And there's the deluge. So we're gonna listen in. Here we go.
Deluge. Here we go.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh dear. And it seems like we did have something happen. Now, the sound wasn't great, but, from the looks, it went well. But we're gonna stand by.
Yeah, we're gonna wait to see what we're gonna see with that static fire. It looks like we did see all 7 engines light, but we're gonna see here.
Seems like we did get an update that all 7 engines were successfully lit during the static fire. Now, the sound for me personally wasn't great, but it seems like the engines did ignite successfully and without any issues. So that's great news.
Yeah, this is what we wanted to hear. Looks like we did hear on the mission control here at the Matagorda Space Center that the all 7 engines did light for the 20-second duration. That is just what we wanted to hear. That all 7 engines did successfully fire up. And with that, the final major test in preparation for Flight 5 has been achieved. So with that, we're going to be ending our webcast here. You're going to follow us on X, Expedition RBX for updates on this test. We'll go and share updates on the test to if all the data that we do achieve during today's that we achieved during today's test, and we hope to hopefully get more data as we prepare for our wet dress rehearsal. It's expected to happen later this month, and then Flight 5. So that we're going to be ending our webcast. We'd like to thank everyone for joining with us. We'd like to thank the Matagorda Police Department and the Matagorda Fire Department for helping with today's mission. And we'd like to thank you, the viewers, for joining for today's test. We'll be back for Flight 5 here, and thank you for joining. We'll see you next time, and good night.
See you then.